Football has given us a fair share of interesting rivalries. Brazil versus Argentina, England versus Germany, Spain versus Portugal, and the list goes on. But today, we'll be talking about a match that had politics written all over it. The 1998 FIFA World Cup was held in France, and one of the groups saw Iran and USA drawn together. The match had huge political significance, as the relations between the two nations were on an all-time low. In 1979, the revolution resulted in the US-backed Shah Mohammad Raza Pahlavi fleeing Iran and Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini becoming the leader of the new republic. He later denounced America, referring to it as the Great Satan, and anti-US sentiments grew. In November of that year, a group of young Iranian militants stormed the US embassy in Tehran and took over 60 American citizens hostage. The ordeal lasted for 444 days, and the US subsequently severed diplomatic ties. Then, in 1980, Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein, supported by the US, instigated an invasion of Iran, and the subsequent war lasted for 8 years. The managers of the two teams tried to focus on the footballing aspect of the clash. But given the history between the two sides, football inevitably took a backseat and political discussions rose to the forefront. Iranian striker Khodadad Azizi said before the match, "We will not lose. Many families of the martyrs are expecting us to win. We will win for their sake." In the American camp, the atmosphere was a little different. "I think that's more important to them than us," midfielder Tab Ramos said, referencing the political and historical significance of the game. "I haven't heard anyone say, 'Let's beat Iran, let's do it for Bill Clinton.'" FIFA has a way of designating teams before the match. So USA was Team A and Iran Team B. So by the rules, Iran had to walk towards USA for pre-match handshakes. But Iran's supreme leader Khamenei gave express orders that the Iranian team must not walk towards the Americans. FIFA eventually negotiated a compromise which saw the Americans walk towards the Iranians. But that was the least of FIFA's worries. Off the pitch, a terrorist organization had bought 7,000 tickets for the game and were planning to stage a protest during the match. Mujahideen Khalq were an Iraq-based group funded by Saddam Hussein, whose main aim was to destabilize the Iranian regime. They certainly weren't welcome in France, but containing such a large amount of fans amongst the 42,000 crowd wasn't going to be easy. So FIFA issued a notice to the cameramen telling them which group of fans to avoid, and French riot police were called in to avoid any pitch invasion. The build-up to the match was tense and somewhat frightening. But what happened on match day shocked the whole world. The Iranian players walked onto the pitch with white flowers symbolizing peace, and both the teams posed for a group photo together. The game was everything the Iranians could have hoped for too. In what was a competitive, full-blooded but fair contest, Iran took the lead 5 minutes before halftime with a goal from Hamid Estili. Mehdi Mahdavikia doubled the lead after 84 minutes, and despite a late goal from Brian McBride, the Iranians held on to record their first ever victory in the World Cup finals. But it might as well have been winning the World Cup itself. The scenes of celebration in Tehran were ecstatic. Defeat to Iran condemned the USA to elimination from the World Cup, but despite this, the players recognized the part they played in a historic match. "We did more in 90 minutes than the politicians did in 20 years, said US defender Jeff Agus at the time. Iran won the 90 minutes match, but we can well and truly say that this was a match that football won.